Welcome back to another video. Keep reacting to animated stories because they're so good. I think they spelled younger wrong, but I don't know. I'm bad at spelling. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Petra from Serbia, and I have
Hi.
an extremely rare condition where my aging process is much slower than that of regular people. Like, when I was
God.
6 years old, I looked like a dumb 2-year-old toddler, which made people
Dang.
treat me like one. And things got
Dang.
even worse as a teenager. But
That's like,
before I continue, click like and subscribe.
yes,
Because
click
of my
like and
condition,
subscribe.
my parents decided to homeschool me till I was a bit older. I only got to
Okay.
hang out with other kids at the playground, and I'd get picked on all the time because I looked so much smaller than everybody. Once, when I was about 8 years old, I was playing on the slides in the park when a worried-looking woman came running
Oh
to
no.
me. "Sweetie, are you lost?" "No." "Oh, poor baby. Probably can't understand a thing. You must be so scared."
Probably can't understand a thing. You asked her a question and she said, "No, I'm not lost." And you go, "You probably can't understand a thing." Maybe the adult's the dumb one.
Do I look scared? And I'm not a baby. But she wasn't even listening to me. And before I knew it, she
Maybe she's the one who can't understand a thing.
was calling
That's
over a
not on her
policeman
phone.
from the street. "We have a missing child here, officer. Please, help her find her mommy and daddy." Despite my protests, the policeman
Imagine being like, what, 8 or whatever, and being so small you could fit in a stroller.
whisked me off to the station and started taking pictures of me for
4, maybe
missing
3.
child posters. Oh my God, I know my parents' number and address. I live right across the street from the playground, and you guys kidnapped me. This was the beginning of many, many times my parents had to come get me from the police station. I finally joined school in the 7th grade. The minute I
School
walked
of Serbia? Really? There's one school for the whole country? Dang.
into the classroom, a girl elbowed me roughly and said, "I think you've lost your way, kid." Oh, if only I had $1 for every time I heard that, I would be a millionaire by now, and I wouldn't need to be in this school with dumb people like you. And with that, I pushed her aside and took my seat. When I did all the math problems correctly in the first lesson, the teacher called me over, looking all
That's
starstruck.
probably the
"Wow,
worst way to do it. You do it where you kind of act like a little bad at math.
Petra, you're a genius."
So then you
"Thanks.
surprise them.
Why?" "Because you solved these algebra problems meant for 12-year-olds. "But I am 12 years old." The teacher just giggled and then did something I hated. She pulled my cheek. "Oh, aren't you a little cutie pie? Yes, you
That's like a
definitely have
grandma move. Hi, sweetie.
the mind of a 12-year-old. No matter how many times I said it, no one believed that I was actually 12. They all thought I was some kind of baby genius who'd been bumped up a few grades. Eventually, I gave up and let everyone believe I was super smart. This didn't really help me become popular or make friends, though. Jessica, the meanest girl in class, wasn't too happy because everyone thought I was the smartest, and she made sure everyone constantly made fun of me. "Does your butt look big 'cause you're wearing a diaper?" "What kind of language is that book in?" "Goo goo gaga." Another time, I was eating lunch by myself when
Everything's fine until you pull out that line. What's it in? Goo goo gaga? What is going on? It's just like, no. Well, let's continue.
Jessica suddenly stopped by my table. "Oh, how is the baby gonna eat all that with her little baby teeth?" "Why are you this way, Jessica?" "What do you mean?" "I mean, why are you so awful to me? You're the most popular girl in class." "Yeah, I know, but before you showed up out of nowhere, I was the smartest too." "Fine, you're the prettiest and the smartest girl in the world. Can you leave me alone now, please?" "Sure. But let me mash everything for the little baby to eat first." And with that, she started pounding my food with her fist. OMG, you are such a psycho. And with that, I picked up the smushed piece of cake and flung it at her face. She picked up my glass of juice and dunked it on my head. And before we knew it, everybody joined in for fun and a full-scale food fight had broken out. We both got detention. And after that day, I found a corner in the little playpen for the kindergarten kids and basically had lunch there by myself the next 3 years. Until one day, Josh came and sat next to me. Josh had just joined our class a few weeks ago, and he was a total babe. With all the popular girls drooling all over him, I was sure he wouldn't notice someone like me, which is why I was pretty shocked to find him here.
Why do you always have lunch alone?
Is this your first time in high school? Of course, I don't expect someone like you to get it. He took my hand
Bro, please don't
and
fall
looked
in
deep
love.
into my eyes.
I don't understand why someone as adorable as you is here either.
I was
Man, you're not gonna get him. He just called you adorable. It's either pretty or beautiful or cute.
so annoyed at how
Adorable.
fast that made my heart beat. After that, Josh and I became really good friends.
He's
He'd
gonna date the
always invite
popular
me
girl,
to
isn't
watch his
he?
football games and started coming over to my place for study dates. Since he'd joined so late, he needed to do a lot of catching up.
How many books is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books? I don't even think I've read that many books in the span of 2 school years. Oh my god.
And I was more than happy to help. I hated to admit it. I just had the biggest crush on him. The annual
course you
spring
did.
dance was around the corner, and it was all anyone could talk about at school. All the girls were
He's gonna go
yapping
with the
nonstop about their
popular girls,
dresses
isn't he?
and who they'd be going with. Of course, I was hoping Josh would ask me out, but when he didn't, I decided I didn't need to wait around like a sappy
Take
Disney
matters into your
princess.
own
I'd
hands.
ask him out myself. I bought
Yes.
tickets for the opening show of the new Avengers movie. Just as we were about to enter the theater, one of the cinema staff stopped me.
Hey, little girl, you can't go in. That's a PG-13 movie.
Okay, so I know a bunch of stuff like that, but I feel like you can take like a 10-year-old into a PG-13 movie and the movie theater doesn't care. See, if I was the movie theater, I wouldn't care because it makes us money.
I'm almost 16. Here, look at my ID.
We see fake IDs all the time, kid. Sorry, but I can't let you go.
And with that, he pushed me out of line and refused to listen to me anymore. I can't believe this. Let's go then.
Go? I mean, what's the point of wasting both the tickets? We'll still have dinner together, okay?
No.
And just like that,
No, he is not for you. Do not ask him to the spring dance.
he turned and went inside. I was furious. I couldn't even go anywhere because he'd driven me here. When he finally came out after 3 hours, he was practically
Bro, why does it look 3D?
jumping with excitement.
OMG,
3
that
hours,
was
that
epic.
has to be a Marvel.
Iron Man snapped his fingers
Yeah.
and died, but he saved the world.
He'd not only watched the movie without me,
No, he spoiled it. Oh, I've
he'd
watched the
ruined
movie
it for me
at least, though.
completely. I thought maybe the rest of the evening would go a little better, but boy was I wrong. At the end of the meal,
no.
when the waitress brought us our fortune cookies, I looked over excitedly at Josh to open his and read the little note inside.
Will you be my date for the spring dance, Josh?
He looked up at me
Okay, that is an amazing way to ask someone out. And the fortune cookies.
in complete shock.
Petra, I don't know how to say this, but, no. How could you even
No.
think that? You're more like a little sister to me. I've already asked Jessica out.
Exactly. Went with the popular girl. That and he called you adorable the first time you met. That means he thinks of you as a little
Man,
sister.
you've really made things awkward.
I felt so utterly crushed and stupid.
Why are you going on dates with someone that you thinks that you treat like your little sister? Are you going on dates, not with the one you're taking to the spring dance? Like, there's a lot of questions here.
I flung a glass of water in his face. I wish I could snap my fingers right now and make you disappear. And with that, I ran out of there and took the bus home. Nobody was more grateful than me when stupid high school ended and I was off to college. It wasn't too far from my town, so my parents could visit me often or come bail me out every time an officer thought I was an underage driver. Gosh, this is the 3rd time this month. Why are you police officers so dumb?
Whoa. What is that? Does that look like kind of Ohio a little bit?
Can't you see I have a real license?
She doesn't mean that, officer. Come on, sweetie, let's go.
My parents always had my back, but no one understood how frustrating it was for me to be treated like a
Bro, you can barely see over
kid all
that.
the time. Until I met Andrew. In my second year at university, I took up a job as a professor's
Second year of
assistant
college,
for
not
one of the
university. Come
courses.
on.
I knew the other students
Philosophy?
made fun of me
Bro, I
behind my
hate
back,
philosophy.
but one day they went really overboard. The professor was unwell and I was taking the class in his place. As soon as I turned my back to the board, I got hit by a dozen paper balls. I turned around to see everyone snickering. I'm your teacher. Didn't your parents teach you any respect?
You're not our teacher. You can't even reach the top of the board without standing on a stool. Go back to school, loser.
You can't behave this way with me. I want everyone who's responsible to apologize right.
Okay, we need this guy right here. Him. He's college, yeah. This guy, he looks like he's holding some glass of fun juice. Mm, How does he have that much facial hair? He's probably like freshman. Oh my god.
Now,
Or you'll do what? Go crying to your mommy?
I'll fail you in every single assignment. You do remember I grade them, right?
Oh no, I'm scared. Miss Petra, will you forgive me if I give
Imagine he treats her that way, and then he needed like the 1 point from the class to graduate, and he's like, should not have done that.
you a lollipop?
That's it. Get out.
Happy to. Come on, guys, let's go. We don't need to take orders from some high school smarty pants.
And just like that, the whole class walked out. I tried to keep my cool, but when everyone had left, I burst into angry tears. Just then, I felt a gentle tap on the shoulder, and I looked up to see that it was Andrew, one of the students.
I'm really sorry about the way they treated you.
That is a classic Andrew look. Scarf, hair backwards.
I think you're really smart and beautiful.
We became friends, and soon after, we started dating. He was
Isn't he one of your students? Isn't that a bit odd? And isn't that like against like the
just
school
the
policy?
sweetest guy, and even though he looked much older than me, he was never ashamed to hold my hand in public, even if it got us weird looks. A few weeks later, I had an internship interview in another city, and Andrew offered to see me off at the airport. Just as I was leaving, he took my hand.
Good luck, babe. I hope you get it, but I'll really miss you.
And with that, he pulled me in for our first kiss. Extra hard. My head was still spinning with joy when suddenly I saw a few policemen walking towards
Is that blood or his tongue?
us.
Sir, please move away from the kid. What's the problem, officer? We've recently had many reports of a gang kidnapping young girls, and you need to come down to the station with us to answer a few questions.
Wait, what? He's not a kidnapper. He's my boyfriend, and I'm 20 years old. The policeman didn't listen to a word we said, and we were taken down to the station. My parents had to come down again with my birth certificate and baby pictures before they finally let us go. It turned out that the people at the airport had been making videos of the whole thing, and it had gone viral on social media, with people saying all sorts of mean things about me and Andrew. And to make things worse, the company I had an interview with wasn't happy that I didn't show up, so I lost the internship too. I was beyond furious now. I took to social media myself and posted a video talking about how I'd always been discriminated against because of the way I looked. The video went viral and I started
Sweet Blair. Ooh. She was in one of the other React. This was her best friend, slash assistant. This was her boyfriend's. This was, I think, the brother that Lexi liked.
receiving a lot of sympathy messages and support. The public pressure made the police issue an official apology, and the company even offered me the internship
was
again.
crying.
But my condition had really sparked an interest in the public, and I was being invited to tons of TV
You're wearing the same thing all the time. And you feel like you gotta wear something pink to girl talk. That's just like the theme, you see? Pink.
and online interviews.
Even she's
All
wearing
everyone wanted to know was the secret of my youth. Soon enough, I realized that people envied me. One morning, I picked up the local newspaper from the door and was horrified to see my face splashed across the front page with the headline, "Girl Discovers Secret to Eternal Youth."
Babe, come here and look outside the window.
To my shock, there was a massive crowd of people
That's not
outside
that
our
many
apartment
people.
building, and the minute they spotted me in the window, They started screaming. Have you discovered the fountain of youth? Tell us where it is. What do you eat to look so young? I'll pay anything for it.
With your anti-aging formula for youthful skin, we can become millionaires. Come work for our skincare company.
This was complete madness, and I had to put an end to it. I opened the window and everybody became quiet to hear what I had to
This is
say.
not true, 'cause I don't think
Listen,
I've ever
there
seen
is no
someone.
secret. It's a condition I've always had, and it's not a blessing. I've never had anyone take me seriously my whole life. I spent all of high school being bullied. My message to everyone is that we all need to learn to be happy in our own skins and accept everyone as they are. Thankfully, the message spread far and wide, and people didn't bother me again, but I still became pretty famous and was regularly called for talks on self-acceptance and against bullying.
bullying.
I'm married to
You
Andrew
are.
now, and we have 2 young kids, and secretly, I really don't mind at all when someone says I don't look like a mom.
What a video! And that's a life lesson. Be comfortable in your own skin. I will see you next time. Bye bye.